Hey everyone, how's it going? Little glitches in the system, but hey, it's coming. I'm an old folk. I'm an old fogey, but I'm learning. Trying to make this more, likable. Yeah, hopefully it makes my screen a bit better, but okay, so where are we here? Close that window. Bring this over here. Bring this one over here. And we're ready to go. I hate these type of windows. Okay. I think I'm ready to go. Okay. I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. Um, Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let's see. Nope, nobody. Usually I'm waiting for my boss to call in to let me know when something's not going right. Seems like the audio is okay, so hopefully the video is okay. And where did I put that? Okay. Okay, so I figured out how to change the chat from Facebook, so now it's a lot bigger. Oh, my old eyes, my old eyes. Okay. Hopefully we'll get some people from YouTube as well. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, well, we'll start off with Kyla. I don't normally do this, but I don't know why, but I'm doing this tonight. I don't usually do pick people because they ask for a read, but it causes problems. Yeah, what is wrong with my paper? That's all wet. The only thing that could wet it could be my cat. Okay, Kyla. Not sure exactly what you're looking for. Okay. So the first thing I'm kind of seeing with you is elderly lady standing behind you, kind of like grinning, smiling, and waving their hand at you. Her hand, not their hand. Though I guess now they could have like four hands if they want to. Um, anyway, so the first thing I'm kind of getting here, um, it seems to be somebody you're still grieving or you're still thinking a lot about that's moved on. And certainly there's probably somebody that's a bit older than you. but I'm also feeling that there's a lot of spirituality around you and a lot of communication going on towards you regarding these people. Um, so you might be still having a focus on them. I'm not quite sure why. Certainly is a level of um, end of negativity as well. So I just kind of see you looking around and saying, hey, you know what? This is time for me to do my thing. It's time for me to kind of, stand up, shrug my shoulders, get all the dust off of it, and say it's time for me to move on and see what I can do with what's headed me and what I'm being told to do. Um, but I just keep feeling that there's this sense of passing around you for some reason, or you still kind of got that background grieving. Um, this old lady, I've kind of feel maybe a grandmother to you, and she's kind of saying that um, there's movement for you to move forward in the next 3 months. She said there's things you've been waiting to happen, and she's saying it's going to happen soon. Just a bit more patience. Um, but in the end, she says that just the kind of sense of sadness around you, she's just going to say is going to move on, and you're going to find your happiness again. Um, but don't worry, lots of family, past loved ones around you, and they're going to shove you and tell you what to do. So she says you never listen, anyways. Um, but in the end, she says a lot of good things having helping headed your way. And certainly your own spiritual abilities will help you move in that direction as well. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. I forgot to ask, did anybody hear that music? And if you did was it okay? Just wanted to try that out. I don't even know if you even heard it. Anyway, let's move on. My wife, uh, my wife says a little louder, please. So, no music on YouTube end. Hmm. Sorry, Kyla. It's just dum 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 dum. Let's start from the beginning. Rachel Paulson. Paulson. Just check my audio again. Why is it so low?
turned it down. I can't hear you at all.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Okay, seems to be nice and loud now. Okay. Okay, so hopefully my wife says it's better. She's half deaf anyway, so anyway, back to the readings. Okay, so Rachel Powerson. Okay, um, so I'm kind of getting a message from your past husband. I'm assuming, or at least it's a male. And there's certainly a message saying that there's certain conflicts that are coming up that he's mentioned to you that are just going to drive you insane, and he just kind of feels that you're going to have to stand there stronger and say no. I feel that he's telling me, like, he's showing me like money passing hands. So I'm not sure if this is like loaning money or money being passed around or whatnot, but he's just saying, don't give money to people, just keep it and use it for yourself. He's also saying that that there's, I don't know if you're already in a relationship or not, but it's certainly showing a relationship for you. And he says that's okay. He doesn't mind that. But in the end, he says, beware of these conflicts coming up. And again, I'm just seeing the money being passed. And I don't know if it's between family members or, maybe his ex-family, or his family, whichever one, sorry. I'm also seeing, though, just kind of things that are just going to be very annoying for you over the next 6 months. Little things missing here and there. And but he says, don't worry about all this stuff. He says it's all going to disappear anyways, because he's going to start taking charge again. But, one thing he also says is that you don't have to like people that's in his family or your family. He says if his family starts annoying you, step away from them. But other than that, where he sees himself floating in a pool. Maybe this was a trip you guys were on. Anyway, just thanks for asking him for a message, and that's what he has for you. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Rachel. Okay. Hi, Cup of Joe. Um, um, Hi, from Australia. Okay, so um, Harley Morris. Um, okay, the first thing I have is a female that's kind of come in. Um, I don't really know who she is, but she's at least came in smoking, and then I could smell the smoke from her. But so I don't know if this is mom or grandmother, but I just see like a pile of cigarettes. Or maybe she's showing she died something from smoke or lungs. Anyway, so the first message I'm kind of getting for you is that just waiting for her to actually show her, because she just shows two kids, and I'm waiting for her to show me something more. Anyway, so the gentleman walked in, and I think this is your dad, and he says, that might have been his mother. He wants you to know that there's a few things that are happening, that are going to happen over the next little while, that's going to need your attention. I mean, certainly things, certainly about money. It's just being very logical about money. But there's also a friend of yours that's going to get sick as well, so you might have to be worried about that. But he says, over and all, family-wise, everybody's going to be good. They're going to move forward this year. I don't see any movement like increased in money this year, though I do see it perhaps like beginning of next year. But there's also a need for exercise for the people in the family. There's one person he's showing that's just kind of sitting on the couch all the time. I think he's probably referring to a male. But all in all, he's kind of saying, you know what? He says, enjoy life. He says, you'll be around for a while. Just enjoy it. There's hiccups, but just enjoy it. And he says you'll enjoy the people around you as they support you throughout your life as well. But he says, sometimes people just need to have a smack on the back of the head to keep moving. And he's saying, don't actually do that, because that's illegal now. But he says, you know what? Find some way to move them. They just need to get moving, and then they'll be happy. Anyway, that's all I have for you. I have no idea who the lady with the large amount of cigarettes. Monique, I have Elaine here. She wants to know if you want Riley back, because he's really, really annoying. She says every time we talk, he seems to want to correct her. But the other thing she says is that, he's doing very well where he is, and just wants you to know that all the worrying you're doing and the worrying you're not talking about, he says, don't worry about it. It's all being taken care of. Says he's learning how to whittle from Dad. because Riley likes to learn about pretty much anything. But anyway, he's annoying here, just so you know that. Just like he knows everybody else. Lovingly annoying, but just annoying. Anyway, onwards we go. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Harley. Okay, so let's look Cup of Joe here. Oh yeah, so let's see what we have for you, Cup of Joe. So, looking from the cards, I'm seeing a very good path for you this year. And certainly everything's in a positive phase here. I'm seeing an older lady with you as well, with a younger, she says daughter. So I'm not sure if she's referring to her daughter or your daughter. But there's a young girl associated with you in one way or the other. Anyway, so there's a time coming up over the next summer that's going to be time for family celebrations, whether that's a wedding or somebody having a child. But over this summer, it's going to be a very good time for you to celebrate. We also have a card dealing that there's also some either some legality or some power of attorney coming up over this time too, but the main focus is going to be on this happiness. I'm not sure if you have a son or somebody, but I see somebody in the family, not necessarily with you, but like packing bags and getting ready to go away, whether it's perhaps a young child, getting university or something like that, but it's just like somebody's really excited about moving. But it's almost like a time for you to say, okay, I can finally breathe. So, yeah, so this summer is going to be very important for you. So just kind of, 2 or 3 months left to go before you hit that type of stuff. But like this lady says, it's all good for you. You have fun. And when you're ready, she'll meet you on the other side. And then you can have a long talk. Anyway, that's for Cup of Joe. Okay. Carla, I can't read everybody, and if you're not happy with what's going on here, just leave. Please. You're just disturbing everybody else. Um, okay. Okay. Sorry, everyone, by that interruption. Jonathan's. So, Colin Jonathan's. Okay. Okay, so it's okay, everybody. I kicked her off. Anyway, Colleen. She kind of disrupted me there. Sorry about that. Anyway, so your husband. You know, the one thing he's saying is that so sometimes you doubt that he's there, but he wants you to know that he's around you 24/7, and he's not going to let people kind of annoy you or bug you because he's going to kick them out of the house. He's very protective of you. And so what he wants you to know is that he's not the only one that's there. He says you got family members out there as well that's there to give you some joy in life. He says you're going to have a few conflicts at work or people that are around you. I just see him talking to you, but he says that's don't let your emotions get involved and um, and put you in a bad spot. So he's also saying, you're a strong lady. You have a lot of intelligence. So um, just remember that you're above them, and you don't have to worry about that too much. Um, there seems to be a family celebration coming up. Um, I don't know if you guys have a cottage or something, because I see it's like near a cottage, or at least near a lake. Um, but it's just time for a family reunion, get things, settled, and everybody getting together. Um, and that's where he's going to be. So he's looking at all the grandkids and whatnot. He says, I'm all going to be around everybody all the time. So you can't get rid of him. But he loves you, and he wants you to know that he's going to whisper in your ear when you need help. But for now, he says, don't go with the flow. Go with the flow if it doesn't hurt you, or if it stops you from moving in the direction you want to. If it stops you, then just stop. Tell them to behave, and then move in the direction you want to go. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Okay, so that was for Colleen. Okay, just to let you guys know, we have a couple of events coming up on this Thursday, not this Thursday, the following Thursday. Is that the following? Where are my dates? Just a second here. Dates don't work well for me. My brain doesn't work well with dates. So on the 21st, we have an all-day event at Midwinter Milling in Almont. Basically, what happens is they open up the street, and certain psychics go into the stores that are there, and they stay there for the whole day. And I'll be at the Barley Mows. And basically what it is, you get to come down and pick whichever psychic you'd want to go to see. I think there's 10 or 12 this year. So yeah, you can come in and just visit us or sign up for readings on the spot, because you can't do it ahead of time. Yeah, so it's a good time in Almont all day. So the other one that I'm doing is Thursday and the 26th. I am doing group readings, which basically means I bring in past loved ones, up to 15 people. So if you're interested in joining that, call up Amnestist in Carlton Place and sign up for a read to your past loved ones. Everybody's guaranteed a read at the Amnestist thing. The one in Almont, almost everybody is sold out. Usually about 1 o'clock, and it starts at 10. So doesn't mean there isn't going to be any spots, but typically, come on down and see. Okay, enough talking. Dum-dum-dum-dum. you. Okay, so Danny Minnie. Okay. I don't know, Danny, if you're involved with snowmobiles or people around you or whatnot, but the first message I get is beware of snowmobiles. I'm just going to leave that with you. That just popped in my head when I thought of you. Anyway, if you're around snowmobiles, it just means, be careful of, getting into an accident or something. Anyway, so, the first thing I'm kind of getting from the cards for you, it's time to sit back and focus on what's really important in life right now. There's just sense that maybe your mind is being divided in too many directions, and you just need to step back and say, okay, I've got too many things on the plate that I can't deal with, and too many things on the plate that I cannot deal with because they're beyond my control. And it's just time to sit down and go, okay, what do I need to focus on and get rid of so I can feel a sense of happiness again? And we also have, for issues and whatnot to, step outside the pocket. And a lot of times it's just using your intelligence to learn or do things on a different level or a different space than you would normally do, or what other people do. A lot of your spiritual abilities are going to come out over the next year. There's a lot of things you perhaps don't know you have, but certainly a lot that people are kind of looking and says, how did you know that type of thing? And certainly a lot of your, knowing when people are contacting you, the personal mediumship as in, I was just thinking about you, or, how did you know that type of stuff? So yeah, over the next year, there's a lot of moving into that spiritual part of yourself. Other than that, there's just some good stuff. If you get rid of the negative stuff. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. That's for Danny Minnie. Watching from Canada. I'm in Canada. Just outside of Ottawa. Any good things coming your way? Okay, so Dale. Word. Yeah. So there's a feeling on one side that there's something to do with relationship that's going to make you happy, whether if you're having one and it improves, or whether you're going to get a new one, but something new for you to love that's going to make you, as the word, just feel very light. Um, but there's also a lot of things here. You're going to start achieving what you've been working towards in life. And it's going to slowly come in, and you're going to say, "Oh, you know, if that finally got accomplished, that finally finished, and now I can do new stuff or new projects that headed your way." I also see you joining a committee or joining a group of people that you'll have new friends around you. Um, and one of them is going to be very significant for you, so that you're going to learn new things, or see new sights, not necessarily sights, uh, new insights, things you didn't really think of before. And then you're going to go, "Oh, gee, I never thought of it that way," and then it's going to change the way you look at things. The only kind of thing I see a bit of the negative side is uh, somebody above you is going to get a lot older quicker than expected. Or somebody beside you. I just feel somebody's going to get old. No death or anything. I just feel that somebody's just going to get old, or going to really slow down, and will kind of concern you. But other than that, I kind of see you just moving on and taking control of your path. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Okay. Marcy Kavanaugh. Okay, so from your dad. The first thing I'm seeing from him is he's kind of like sitting on the couch watching you and letting you know that he's holding a young child in his hands. I'm assuming somebody in the family must be either be pregnant or is going to be pregnant soon. It's just telling me that this one's coming. Doesn't necessarily mean it's you. Could be if you have siblings or whatnot, but it's certainly him saying that there's a new child coming. So he's saying prepare for change. He has a dog with him too. It's kind of like a white and black dog. It's kind of sitting beside him and saying, all the animals are with me, and the other side as well. So those that have passed and those that you've lost are all within the family and the other side. So you'll meet them on the other side. Another thing he's saying is that it says keep your hands moving. He shows me like your hands starting to get old, and perhaps they're not as strong as they used to be. But he's just saying keep them going and make sure you strengthen them up. And I don't know why I'm seeing farm animals. I don't know that. I don't know. I'm seeing farm animals for some reason. Anyway, so he just says it's all good, and she's all happy. He says you're going to be happy, and he's not too worried about it. Just make sure a house is well insulated. Anyway, that's all I'm getting from him. So it's for Marcy Kavanaugh. Um, that was Danny Minnie. Danny. Okay, so. Well. So Danny, looks like your brother came and told you that he was watching the game with you. Though I guess I shouldn't have knocked the chicken out of your hands, but maybe just telling that you've had enough. Anyway. Um, okay, who's this? Judy Payet. If I spelled your name wrong, or spoke your name wrong, I apologize. You know, the one thing I'm kind of getting from, first of all, is grandmother. She says she's waiting on your sister. There's your sister now. Anyway, so the thing your sister is saying is that, I know this is her life out now. I just kind of see her like moving around the kitchen and like snacking with little pieces of stuff. Just kind of going around, says, "This is really good." And, well, this must be in her now, because she's saying, "Wish I had this when I was alive." So it's like maybe you have people over and you have little stuff set up or whatnot, and she goes around and nibbles on everything. She wants you to know that she wants you to know that she loves you very much, and wants you to know that there's also a twin of you on the other side that is identical to you. So, they talk a lot about you. And a lot of it, she says, is they're just trying to figure out what to do with you, and not quite sure, what to do with you when you do finally cross over. She's laughing, says, we'll just stick you in the attic or something. But she says that she's watching over the family and making sure that people are breathing properly and eating properly. She says for you have to look at your sugars as well, because you're going to the point of having issues in the future. But all in all, she says, maybe hear the tapping on a table, or not sure if it's a table or where the sink is, but like she's tapping like this. So if you hear that, that's me. Just because she's getting impatient with things going on in the house, things that need to change. But anyway, she loves you. She'll always be around, and Just find some way to find time to be happy and go outside and be by yourself and get rid of stuff that you don't need to deal with anymore. So you've been too much of a worrier. Be selfish for a time, she says. You find yourself having much more fun if you're selfish. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut it short tonight. So thanks everybody for coming out. Much appreciated. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Take care, everyone.